Are you struggling to aim your serve and consequently struggling with serve consistency? In this lesson, I'll show you 4 common errors to avoid, and then at the end, I'll also show you some drills and progressions you can work on to help you to aim your serve. Now, they say that the best players in the world biomechanically are 95% the same at the point of contact. And if you look at great servers, you can barely distinguish the difference between whether they're going out wide or serving down the tee. Now, on the other hand, with recreational players, you often see them make too many adjustments. They adjust the toss, they adjust the tossing arm, body, and they drop their head. And all these things then have to line up for them to hit their target. So if your opponent can look for these things, you're almost giving it away. But on the other side, when you having to adjust too many things, it can make it difficult to have consistency between one serve and the other. So I therefore prefer to try to work on keeping the body of the position pretty much the same, as well as the ball toss, and then learning to aim using the angle of the string face. Now, if we look at the tennis court, standing on the deuce court, and understanding why this can be so difficult, is the difference between serving down the tee and serving out wide is less than 13 degrees, all right? So a subtle adjustment to the string face is going to send the ball one way or the other. Now, a lot of recreational players tend to toss the ball further to the right, tend to drop their left arm, their head, and point their body in the direction of the target. So when they're going out wide, it looks something like this. The only problem with that is then if you're trying to go down the tee to a right-hander's backhand, that's going to pull the ball and make it very difficult for you to hit those targets, essentially making the service box small for your opponent where they can cover their backhand. So if you can learn to keep the toss, the body, the tossing arm, the head pretty much the same between those two serves, I think you're going to have better consistency and better control over your serve. Now let's first take a look at a side-by-side slow motion example, and you'll see me hitting 2 serves, one serve going out wide, one going down the tee. And you'll see the serve is very similar. There's some subtle differences as I swing up to contact and also with the angle of the racket face as I'm contacting the ball. So before we get into the drills, let's talk about the 4 things to be aware of. I'm going to use the serve stand here to help demonstrate this. And the first thing is we want to keep our head still. Now, how we do that is we want to keep our eyes focused on the point of contact. We also want to think of our chin pointing towards the ball, because sometimes what happens is we keep our eyes there, but we still drop our head. Why would you want to keep your head still is you'll see here, if I drop my head, see how it pulls the racket off the line of the ball. So it's going to cause a mishit. It's going to make it very difficult to aim, all right? So you want to fix your eyes at the point of contact, keep your chin there, even once the ball is gone. Now, the second component is what do you do with your tossing arm, all right? So ideally, as you begin to uncoil, that arm folds into your body. You see how my elbow's towards my stomach, my hand's on this side of the body here, all right? I haven't pulled the elbow around or haven't dropped the arm, which then brings us to the third component, is you want to be slightly side on. So ideally, your chest, if you're right-handed, is pointing slightly towards the net approach to the right. You don't want to be fully frontal. You want to be slightly side on. It's going to help you with the stopping effect, so you get more power. Also, it's going to allow you to hit more up and out. When your body opens, again, body goes, so the swing goes, right? So it's going to help you have that consistency. And then lastly, the 4th component is you want to try to keep the ball toss consistent, all right? So, you know, when you're hitting a slice serve or a flat serve, you know, generally it's going to be sort of in line with that front toe, which is in line with the hitting shoulder. You can just see here, that would be going down the tee and this would be going out wide. I mean, the difference is so minimal. Now, some people find they have more success getting the toss more to the right, but I just recommend trying to keep these elements as close to the same as possible, because then, once again, you only have to worry about the angle of the racket face. All right, so once we've established, you know, keeping our head still, tucking our left arm in, staying sideways, keeping the toss relatively the same, then I like to think about hitting as a right-handed player down the tee on the deuce court or out wide for the ad. Lefties, you'll just flip that over, right? You'll go wide to the deuce court, down the tee to the ad court. And there's something I was told as a kid, from the late Leon Norgob. He was a tennis serving legend in South Africa, great coach. And he told me, imagine you have these rugby uprights, like football, American football uprights coming up through your shoulders, and you want to extend up and through the uprights there, all right? It's going to help you to extend and stay sideways. Now, I always find that when you're working on directing your serve is to start with spins first, right? So think about serving down the tee or out wide to the ad is like a flat serve. Now, a flat serve, it's not this, which is a common misconception, where people think they've got to swing with open racket face and the ball doesn't spin at all. We still lead with the edge, we just pronate a little bit early, we're more extended towards the back of the ball, and the ball does have some spin rotation. So I'm going to start out here. I'm going to start with the serve stand. I'm going to try to direct the ball to the right of those yellow cones, right? So I'm going to position myself, really try to focus on, staying sideways and extending up through those uprights. I'm starting in here. And the tendency to sneak a peek is definitely there. So I'm going to try not to look this next time. But you first want to just work on being able to hit that target. And again, think of it as a flatter serve, so you're hitting towards the back of the ball. All right. Now, if you don't have a serve stand, you can certainly just stand here and try that. And one thing you'll notice is that throughout this in the beginning, I'm not really jumping. Just trying to control as many elements as I can. And certainly, once you get it, you'll add your legs into it, all right? I'm just going to start here. Trying to extend up through those uprights. Keep my head really still, blind to the target. Okay, a little bit long. I'll toss more in front, add a little more spin. Maybe it's a little too flat. But once I've established that, then I'm going to think about hitting a slice serve to take the ball out wide. So I want to think of leading with the edge here and just hitting the ball as an exaggeration on the right edge as I swing up. Now, really what's happening is you're hitting just the right of center as you pronate through contact. That gets the ball to spin. But the key thing here is wherever the strings are pointing, that's where the direction the ball is going to go, all right? So I'll just show you from back here, but then I'm going to show you some progressions, right? So let's just take a look first. I'm going to serve down the tee. It should look pretty similar. Whoops. Maybe try to toss the two balls in your hand. So I extend up and through. I try to keep that the same. I'm just changing the angle of the racket face. You see how the ball breaks to the left there. All right, but let's look at some progressions now on how you can work on that slice serve, and then we'll take it back all the way behind the baseline. All right, so I'm going to use the graduated length method. So the closer we are to the net, the more higher we choke up on the racket. As we move further back towards the baseline, we'll gradually start to hold the racket all the way down. Now, I've got these serving progressions from tennisplayer.net, an article in there. Now, when it comes to hitting the ball, so before we're hitting more of a flat serve towards the back of the ball. Now, if you look at this is the center, all right? Then you're going to have the right edge, and you have right of center. Ideally, we're going to hit that right of center as we brush through or pronate through contact, okay? Or if you're struggling with that, we can over-exaggerate like we're hitting that right edge, and very often that really helps. And you'll see, if you can look across the net, I've got two yellow cones on the sidelines, almost like a soccer goal, and then I have a red cone on the far double sideline. That's my exaggerated miss. So I actually want to miss wide and then bring the ball in. So I can use the serve stand initially. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to start my racket drop, and I can kind of swing up and just see where my strings are pointing. So I can kind of match that angle right here. So I'm starting in here. You can see it takes the ball out to the left. And if you're interested in getting your own serve stand, we have a link below this video. It also comes with a 10-part serve module lesson. So you also get that if you purchase it using that link. It's really helpful because you don't have to worry about tossing the ball, and you can work on a lot of different elements of your serve. I'm starting in here. So once I start to get that idea, now I want to see if I can get the ball to cross the sideline first. We'll try one more here. So I just want to exaggerate that. But you see how I'm keeping everything still, right? So My eyes at the hit, my left arm's tucked in, I'm slightly side on, and you see my contact points sort of in line with my hitting shoulder. So there, that's the angle, and I want to match that. All right, so then I can just move this over. If you don't have a serve stand, you can just start like this. And again, just kind of look at the angle you're trying to create there, starting the racket drop. Okay, I really got the serve out wide, okay? In my books, there's often that's a good miss. I'm really exaggerating, okay? So really get that ball to turn. Once you're having success hitting that serve out wide and the direction, then you can move back, and we're gonna move halfway back for the next progression. All right, so now I'm pretty much in the middle of this big box here. So I hold the racket halfway down. Remember, I'm in a serve grip, continental, very close to it. And the serve stand here, I can adjust the height now because I'm holding the racket further down. Okay, so I'll just adjust it. You can see that's kind of representing my contact point. I'll go a little bit lower. All right, so right here. Again, I want to see the angle of the racket face. Now from here, I can start my half serve position, all right? And coming up, and that's the angle I'm looking for at contact. It's the half serve, and getting the ball to move off the court. Now let's take a look at that again. So attach the ball here. Again, the nice thing about this, I don't have to worry about the perfect ball toss. So just position myself, it's aligned with my hitting shoulder. Again, I find the angle I'm looking for. Half serve, I can kind of go through the shadows. And now I can execute there. So pretty nice serve there. Then I can step away from the serve stand if you don't have one. All right, so I'm going to start in my half serve position. I can shadow swing, look at the angle of the racket face. Okay, it's a little bit wide, but that's our exaggerated miss. So in my world, that's a good miss. We just bring the target in a little bit more to the right. Now, when going through this process, and if you notice that you're consistently, for example, missing 3 to 4 feet to your left, then all you need to do, because you've silenced your body and everything else, is think of aiming 3 or 4 feet to the right. That way you'll start to create the awareness of where your strings are actually pointing. All right, pretty close there. And once you're having good success with it, then we'll move all the way back behind the baseline. We'll now hold the racket all the way down. All right, so if you're playing singles, you will then stand more in a single serving position. So you see how I've kind of gone diagonally backwards, creating less angle. Remember, as you go back, you've got to aim higher because it's a further distance. Now, if you're playing doubles, you can stand further over to your right, and it's approximately midway between the center tee and the single sideline. I always say you want to go as far over to the right, or stand as far over to the right, where you can still hit that tee serve. As you go further over to your right, that becomes more difficult. So you've got to find that happy median. So from here, I've got my serve stand set up, and you can at any time, you go from the racket drop, the half serve, and then the full serve. I'm going to start with the full serve. I've got my angle right here. That's where I want the ball to go, so that's where my strings need to be pointing. Okay, so it tells me I need to angle the strings a little bit more. I'll try it again. And remember, as we do this, we're trying to silence the body as much as we can, and just worry about the angle of the racket face. It's going to tilt this a little bit. There's my angle. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that serve. And you can just do it without the serve stand. Make sure I've got enough balls here. I'm not going to jump initially. The wind got my toss there. There you go. One thing too, if you're hitting on the serve stand, make sure you hit a couple on the serve stand and then you actually step away, toss the ball, hit. You can go back and forth, all right? And then once I'm feeling good with it, I might start to move into the court. And then for those of you who jump or leave the ground, you can then start to use the legs more. So there you have it. Working on aiming your serve, controlling, keeping the ball toss the same, should I say, controlling your body, your left arm, staying slightly sideways, eyes to the hit, to keep your head still. Started off by serving down the tee with a flatter serve and then working the progressions to serve out wide. Now you can do the same things working on the ad side where you can hit that slice serve down the tee and then you just work your way back from the service line, midway, and then all the way back. Remember, as you move back, you slowly hold the racket further down. Thank you for watching. Hope you got a lot out of today's lesson. If you're interested in purchasing your own serve stand where you can work on your serve without having to worry about the ball toss or having the perfect ball toss, then please check out the link below this video. If you purchase using the link, you'll also get access to my free bonus serve course, which consists of 10 serve lessons covering 10 different aspects of the serve. Once again, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please post them below this video.